Now p block elements. Since you already know in the p block elements there are group 13, 14, 15. Okay, like group 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. If I talk about the elements, okay, then elements or family, then group 13 is your boron family. Elements are boron, aluminium, gallium, thallium, gallium, indium and thallium. Like Bal Ganesha in Thailand, you have also remembered the mnemonics. Okay, group 14, carbon family. Group 15, nitrogen family. Group 16, oxygen family. 17, halogen family. Group 18, inert gases. Group 18, inert gases. Okay, so in class 11, you have to study only group 13 and group 15. That is the boron family and carbon family. And in class 12, you will be studying rest of the groups like group 15, 16, 17 and 18. Okay, so now let's start with these groups. If as a whole of the p block, if I talk about like what are p block elements, why they are named as p block elements, so simply p block elements are those in which last electron enters into p subshell. P block elements are those elements in which the last electron enters into p subshell. If I tell about their general configuration or general electronic configuration, then it is written as ns2 np126, ns2 np126. Okay, and where n is equals to, again you already know, n is equals to just number of period or number of shells you can put. The next one is, if I ask about relation between group number and number of valence electron, so simply group number in p block elements, group number in p block elements is always equals to 10 plus valence electron. 10 plus valence electron. Like if I write the electronic configuration of group 13 element, if I write the electronic configuration of group 13 element, then how many valence electron will it be having? It will be having the number of valence electron equals to 3. Like if group number is 13, the number of valence electron will comes out to be 3. If it is having 3 valence electron, which means its electronic configuration according to this formula will be ns2, and since it is having 3 valence electron, out of 3 valence electron I have written 2. Now in the p subshell there will be 1 electron. So ns2 np1 will be the general electronic configuration for the group 13 element. It will be the general electronic configuration for the group 13 element. Now if I talk about the general electronic configuration for the group 14 element, then group 14 element will be having 4 valence electron with the similar pattern and electronic configuration ns2 np2, electronic configuration ns2 np2, and since there are 4 valence electrons, so this will be the general electronic configuration of group 14 element. Okay, now if I ask as a whole for the p block element, if I ask as a whole for the p block elements, their group oxidation number, their group oxidation number. Okay, if I tell the as a whole for the p block element, the group oxidation number, So simply group oxidation number equals to number of valence electron equals to number of valence electron. Okay, group oxidation number will be equals to number of valence electron. Now if I write as a whole all the group oxidation number of each and every group, so for group 13, since in group 13 how many valence electron are there? 10, group number minus 10, which means there will be 3 valence electrons, so its oxidation number of group 13 will be plus 3, the group oxidation number. Whereas the group oxidation number of group 14, it will be plus 4, of group 15 it will be plus 5, group 16 it will be plus 6, group 17 it will be plus 7, group 18 it will be 0, of group 18 it will be 0. Okay, these are some group oxidation number, because group oxidation number is simply represents the number of valence electron and it is equals to number of valence electron. There are some other oxidation states that are also shown, like the group 13, it will show plus 1 oxidation state. Group 14, it will show plus 2 as well. Group 15, it will show plus 3 and minus 3 as well. Group 16, it will show plus 2, plus 4, plus 6, plus 6 it is showing as a group, and also minus 2. Group 17, it shows plus 1, plus 3, plus 5 as well as minus 1. Okay, just for this time exclude group 18. So these are the oxidation numbers. So like in all these group oxidation number and other oxidation number, the common thing that you can find, that each group, the common thing that you can identify, that each of the group have one common tendency, common property, like plus 3 to plus 1, which means there is gap of 2 unit oxidation number, plus 4 to plus 2, gap of 2 unit oxidation number, plus 5 to plus 3, which means difference of 2 unit oxidation number. It shows that there are like there is possibility of showing oxidation number 2 unit less than their group oxidation number in all the groups. There is possibility of showing oxidation number 2 unit less than the group oxidation number in all the p block elements, which means there might be some other reason or some effect. So it is due to inert pair effect. It is due to inert pair effect. Okay, I'll be explaining that inert pair effect part in detail. But first, let me know if all these points that I have written on the board, like electronic configuration, number of valence electron, group number, group oxidation number, as well as other oxidation numbers, if all these points are clear, then kindly respond so that I can proceed in detail for the inert pair effect. Kindly reply through chat section, everyone. Class 11th B. Keep giving response. Please tell oxidation number. Aditya, simply like for the p block elements, just assume that group oxidation number, like the oxidation number which will be common in all the elements. Like there are some elements which shows different oxidation numbers, but there will be a certain oxidation number that will be common throughout the group. So that is your group oxidation number, and it is equals to number of valence electron. Like group 13 plus 3, 14 plus 4. Because group number minus 10 equals to valence electron. Na? Now it got clear? Okay. Now I will be proceeding towards the inert pair effect. Now why this inert pair effect has, why the concept of inert pair effect has come, I will again recall, because there was some common thing that was following in all the p block elements, all the groups in the p block, like it has ability to show 2 unit less than oxidation number, like +3 to +1, +4 to +2, +5 to +3, +6 to +4, +7 to +5. This is common in all, like difference between two oxidation number is 2 units. Okay, now let's try to understand what is inert pair effect and why it is involved here. Okay, first I will just write the definition of inert pair effect, then I will be explaining it in detail. So inert pair effect is what? It has simply just tendency to show 2 unit less oxidation number than group oxidation number, 2 unit less oxidation number than group oxidation number. I will add one more word, like for heavier elements. I will be explaining the reason. Okay, this is the definition of inert pair effect. Like it is having tendency to show 2 unit less oxidation number than group oxidation number for heavier element. Okay, to understand better inert pair effect, first I will recall the screening effect or shielding effect. Okay, like shielding effect. What you have studied about the shielding effect? Again, beta, if I write the definition of shielding effect, it is simply the decrease in effective nuclear charge or Z effective of outermost shell electron Okay, the decrease in Z effective of outermost shell electron due to intervening electrons. Now what is it? Yes, beta, just assume that this is your nucleus. This is your nucleus and there are many cells. Okay, there are many cells. This is your nucleus which is having positive charge. And these are your electrons. Electrons are having negative charge. So it is normal tendency, like there will be some electrostatic force of attraction. There will be some electrostatic force of attraction. Between this positive and this negative charge. Okay, and this force of attraction is when there is no electron in between, there are no intervening electron. But if there will be some intervening electrons too, then there will be two type of force that will be acting. First one, the attraction force. Between this positive and this negative. Second one, the repulsion force between these two negative, because both electrons will be negatively charged. So due to this repulsion, the attraction force of the outermost shell electron, the attraction force of the outermost electron with the nucleus, it will decrease, and this effect was termed as the shielding effect or screening effect. Okay, so this is all about your shielding effect or screening effect. Now I will be discussing one more term, like this is your nucleus, this is your S subshell, and this is your P subshell. P subshell. Out of S subshell and P subshell, which one will be more attracted towards nucleus? It is obvious that the S subshell will be more attracted towards nucleus because the distance between S subshell and nucleus is very small. So as compared to the P subshell, the S subshell will be more attracted towards the nucleus, which means if it is more attracted, which means S subshell will have uh, more attraction force. If S subshell is having more attraction force, then it will be having poor shielding effect. Then it will be having poor shielding effect. Poor shielding effect. What was shielding effect? Shielding effect was decrease in effective nuclear charge. But if the shielding effect is poor, which means there will be less decrease, which means the nucleus will be comparatively having high attraction force. In heavier elements, the NH2 electron do not take part in bond formation. Due to poor shielding effect. So this is your inert pair effect. Now if I talk about its application, what I have told, like for the group 13, the elements are boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, and thallium. For 14, elements are carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead. 15, it will be having nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, and bismuth. So these elements like thallium, lead, and bismuth, these three elements will show the inert pair effect. Like if I say in the case of group 13, the oxidation number is +3, +3, +3 for all, but +1 will be more stable for the thallium. Like in the case of group 14, +4, +4 for all, but +2 for the lead will be more stable. +5 for all in case of group 15, +3 will be more stable for the bismuth only. And this is found only group 13, 14 and 15 only. Is it also clear? Okay. And like if I ask among PbCl4 and PbCl2, which one will be more stable? Among PbCl4 and PbCl2, which one will be more stable? So simply PbCl4, in it lead is having +4 oxidation state. PbCl2, in it lead is having +2 oxidation state. So beta, which one will be more stable? Class 11th B, are you not getting? Beta, simply what I have told. The group oxidation number for the group 14 is +4, but for the heavier element, the Pb2+ is more stable because of poor shielding caused by the NH2 electron. Okay, that is acting as an inert pair. So the less oxidation number will be more stable. That is +2. If I ask in the case of TlCl3 as well as TlCl, which one will be more stable? Thallium trichloride and thallium chloride. So in this thallium is in +3. Here thallium is in +1. So in the case of thallium, the +1 oxidation number will be more stable. Is it clear? Getting my point or not? Class 11B. Okay. So simply inert pair effect is nothing. It is just like the NH2 in case of heavier elements. Since p block elements are having configuration NH2 NP126 na. NH2 NP126. So in case of heavier elements, the NH2 electron do not take part in bond formation. In case of heavier element, the NH2 electron do not take part in bond formation. Why? It is because of just poor shielding effect, because of poor shielding effect caused by the D and F electrons. Okay, if it do not show the, if it is acting as an inert pair, like it do not take part in bond formation, which means it will be acting as an inert pair. So that's why it is termed as inert pair effect. And also one more thing, due to this inert pair effect, which means if out of all the electron, two are not taking part in bond formation, so the most stable oxidation state for that particular element will decrease by 2 units, because two electrons are not taking part in bond formation. So earlier the oxidation state for the group 13 was +3, but for the thallium it will be +1, that will be more stable. For the group 14, for lead, +2 will be more stable. For the group 15, +3 will be more stable for bismuth.